What's up, you guys? It is Low-Key Sule After Dark coming back with y'all with another cool-ass video. Now, I just want to say sorry that I haven't really been posting anything. I have 2 jobs now, so I'd be tired as hell. You can literally see it in my damn face. I look tired as shit. And I literally took like a 5-hour nap, and I still look tired as hell. And I got work early in the morning, so I got to make this video as quick as possible. But that's the reason why I haven't really been posting nothing. I've been, hey, real talk. I had to tell myself I gotta lock in, you know what I'm saying, and really take working serious and start being more, start being more of a grown man. That's why I'm low-key looking for a 3rd job too. I'm like, if I can do it, I'll do it. All I need to do is be able to sleep on my breaks and stuff. They're gonna have to give me longer breaks. It is what it is. But I'm trying to stack up that paper. You heard me? So this video right now is about Ninja Kumai. All right. And how this show had a lot, when I mean a lot of potential, a lot of potential. So we're going to get right into this. So this show doesn't really have a plot necessarily. It's literally like the first couple of episodes is just low-key a dude fighting a bunch of people. And it goes hard. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, my thing is, if your show is about strictly just fights, that's perfectly fine. But like, still give it at least, like on a scale of 1 to 10, at least give the story like a 5 when it comes to actual story, if that makes sense. That's what I would personally say. At least make the story like a 5 or a 6, because I do like good fights, but I also like good stories. But I would honestly say that this show is one of those shows that you kind of turn your brain off and just enjoy. And I'm starting to realize with these newer anime shows that you should just turn your brain off and kind of just enjoy the whole, just enjoy the absurdness of it and just the randomness of it. Because a lot of the time nowadays, a lot of anime shows don't really have any story. And this show doesn't really have that much story. And it's trying too hard to be unique. And it feels like it's 2 shows combined together. Like, 1 minute it seems like it's trying to kind of be like JJK, which I don't really even like JJK that much to begin with either, because I feel like that show, the only thing it really honestly has is the fact that the fights look amazing and the show is gorgeous. Like, the show is beautifully freaking animated like a movie, but the story to me is so dry and boring. But I also be thinking in my head that JJK is something I would have liked when I was like 14, 15. If it would have came out back then, I probably would have nostalgia for it and think it was like amazing as hell. But it does feel like it's kind of trying to low-key be JJK to a certain degree. But it does fall into a category I call trying to be too unique disease. What I mean by trying to be too unique disease is this show starts off being this badass, cool show where it's ninjas fighting at nighttime, and then out of nowhere, now they're wearing like mech suits and they're fighting. And it has like that horrible Berserk, I believe it was the 2017 Berserk. It's either 2016 or 2017, where it has the most ugly CGI. And this is honestly what turned me off from Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man's manga is amazing, but the show is irritating because they put that trash-ass CGI in there. And it always pisses me off that they do that instead of just making it 2D. Just keep it how it is. It doesn't need trash-ass CGI in the middle of it. CGI never looks good. In anime, it almost never looks good. The only time I've seen CGI that looks good is the CGI in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. That CGI was pretty good. But this CGI was really bad, and it just irritated me because, like I said, it feels like it's trying to be 2 shows in one. Like, it's trying to be like Gundam and Naruto in one. And honestly, I feel like it would have been better if they made 2 separate shows. If they would have made a show where the first episode is it's about ninja mech suits, then it would have been perfectly fine. But this show, like the previews of it kind of hyped it up like it was about to be, I call it a Adult Swim original. It most definitely is trying to be an Adult Swim original. And what I mean by Adult Swim original is like Cowboy Bebop-esque, Samurai Champloo-esque, Space Dandy-esque. Those shows were specifically designed to be on Adult Swim. If I remember correctly, the Space Dandy dub came out before the sub. So this show was most definitely trying to be like a Adult Swim original anime, but it falls short because it's trying so hard to be 2 things at once instead of just focusing on one aspect. And that's kind of a problem that new anime have. They try to give you they try to get you with the action. These niggas is fighting and beating each other up. And the choreography for this show is really good. When there are actual fights, when it's hand-to-hand combat, the fights are 10 out of 10. Like, I like the fights. And the animation don't really look that bad. It's just when they started bringing in the mech suits and the CGI, and I was just like, bro, like, y'all ruin shows. As soon as y'all put CGI in it, y'all ruin it. Just pay more money and get animators that can animate 2D stuff. Stop adding in trash-ass CGI. It's starting to irritate me because they do that with good shows. Why does Berserk not have a gorgeous-ass animation and have a beautiful-ass anime? Why does it not have that? I have no idea. It's one of the biggest mangas of all time. Why does it not have a gorgeous-ass adaptation? Anyway, this is not about Berserk, but y'all get what I'm saying. But that's kind of one thing that it kind of fell into, is trying to be way too unique, but then the story is extremely lackluster and kind of low-key makes no sense. And it kind of just, after a while, I kind of was just feeling like the show was kind of all over the place. It would have been better, like I said, to have it as 2 separate shows, one about mech ninjas, another show about just strictly ninjas and them fighting. It would have been perfect like that. Like, literally, they could have had 2 shows, boom, and everybody would have watched both of them. I know that would have been harder, and they would have probably had to make the budget a little lower, but that low-key would have been better. I would have rather them have more decent, average animation and have 2 different shows with way better stories than one show with good animation for like 3-4 episodes and then trash ass CGI a couple episodes later on. Yeah. But I will say this, I don't think it's necessarily a bad show as a whole. I just feel like it was trying to do too much, if that makes sense. I don't think it was like a 2 out of 10 or nothing. It's not a trash show at all by any means. I still enjoyed it, but it's more of one of those shows that you kind of turn on in the background. It's more like a mid show where it's like you have it on in the background when you're asleep and you see it at like 3 o'clock in the morning. You're like, oh, cool, they throwing hands, okay. And then you turn back over and go to sleep. It's like a George Lopez-esque show, if that makes sense. If y'all are like me, y'all woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and used to wake up to George Lopez. I used to wake up to the Inuyasha themes, the ending themes. I used to wake up to Chalk Zone on Nicktoons Network. I used to have dreams about it because I would have my volume so loud. I love Chalk Zone. They need to bring that back. That'll be some heat. Let me see. What else did I put? It falls into the same category as Yusuke. Y'all know that Netflix series Yusuke with the black samurai? That show and this show are pretty similar when it comes to, they started off cool and then out of nowhere they just added mechs just randomly. Why are y'all adding mechs to a damn ninja show? Like, you don't need mechs. And then it's just like the CGI just irritates me too. Like, that show Yusuke could have been even better without mechs. If there was no mechs in it, that show would have been some heat. It would have been kind of like Dororo to me. But it added the mechs in there and I'm just like, bro, don't get me wrong. I personally do like mechs, but I like mechs when they're in their own series. I don't like when a series is something, starts out as something, and then I don't know where there's just randomly mechs in it, if that makes sense. But if the series is strictly about mechs, then I like it, if that makes sense. Like, I like Gundam, what was it? Gundam Iron Blood was the one I really liked. Yeah, so that's just one of them. What else? Like I said before, it should have focused more on its story instead of trying to be unique, is my personal opinion. But it does give off late 90s, early 2000s vibes. So that's what it had going for itself. Because I looked at it and I was like, this feels like an Adult Swim show. That's why I brought up it being like an Adult Swim original series kind of thing designed to be on Adult Swim. Because it does have that vibe to it. And it was cool for the first couple episodes. And I don't think it's trash. I think it's more of just like it didn't necessarily have a good identity, if that makes sense. And it didn't focus on the stories too good. But I wouldn't classify it as trash. And people are not glazing it like they glaze JJK. And JJK has some of the same problems this show has, where it's strictly about boxing and fighting and having good fights and having good animation, but ain't got no damn story to it. You know, it falls to that same category, but JJK gets glazed beyond repair. I'm like, why is this show getting glazed so hard? But this show right here, Ninja Kuma, damn near the same thing. They damn near feel like they just so damn similar, bro. Like, they both strictly about hands, got good animation and shit for a while, but then, you know, Ninja Kuma has this trash CGI. One thing JJK will always have is it's going to always look beautiful because it has a high-ass budget. You know, but it still confuses me on why did this show become so damn popular. Like, I'm gonna make a video on JJK. You know, it's gonna be a hot take. But Ninja Kumai, I would say it's enjoyable, but it's more of a background show. It's a show you have on in the background while you're doing your college work or your high school work. It's a show that you would wake up to at 3 o'clock in the morning and you would see them niggas fighting each other and doing hand-to-hand combat. And you'd be like, okay, this is cool. It's one of those kind of shows. That makes sense. It's like a show where it keeps you interested in certain scenes, and the aura feels good from the show because it's like a nighttime show. It's a show where it's always showing scenes at nighttime in the city, and it comes on at nighttime. It's like the vibe matches really well, and it does feel like something that would have came out in the early 2000s. And like I said, I might have liked it more if it did come out in the early 2000s, but I feel like if it would have came out in the early 2000s, it would have had a better, deeper story, if that makes sense. You know, but it is very Cowboy Bebop coded, very Space Dandy coded in the sense of Adult Swim was trying to make it like their hit show. And they're probably going to constantly keep re-showing it because it does feel like an Adult Swim-esque show. It's not bad by any means. It's more mid-ish than bad. But I would say I had a good time with it too, though. I don't want to say it's like I'm not like everybody else where I think it's trash. I know I've said that like 3 or 4 times, but it's like it's a nice little wild ride, but it's not like, oh my goodness, it's the best show ever. But it doesn't get glazed a lot either. You know, I'm surprised that this show is not getting glazed, but then JJK gets glazed, and it's like that show is so similar to this one when it comes to just like hand-to-hand combat, and it's just kind of random and all over the place, in my opinion. You know, there ain't no mechs in JJK, but like the plot is so damn like bare bones. It's kind of crazy how it's so damn popular. But yeah. I would say this show is enjoyable. It's an enjoyable show. It's like Family Guy. Just turn your damn brain off. And again, if it didn't ever get no season, honestly, this would have helped it tremendously. Even if it would have kept the mech stuff, if the mech fights would have been in 2D and had good ass hand-to-hand combat, honestly, I probably would have fucked with it. I ain't gonna lie. I would have liked it more. I would have gave it probably like an 8, even with the mechas in it, because it just would have been better as a whole if it had 2D animation. But yeah, not a bad show. Honestly, I will always recommend that you watch it yourself because you might think it's the best show ever created. It might be your favorite show of all time. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It's not a bad show, but it is like a show you'd have kind of on in the background while you're doing your college work, just to kind of check it out. I wonder what this show is about. It's like one of those type of shows. I hope you guys enjoyed this. My next couple of videos, I'm going to end up making a hot take video. You know, that's my new series is Hot Takes. I did one of those on Neon Genesis Evangelion, and it got about 112 views. It's one of my like most viewed long videos because it's like 20 minutes long. So I'm probably going to be doing a lot more hot takes. And that will be a series on this channel is Hot Takes. The next one might be JJK, Akira. What else? There was a couple of other ones I was going to do. Hot take on Monster. Yeah, so I'm gonna have a couple of those on the way. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe. We're on our way to 25 subscribers. That's the first milestone I want to make. Thank you to my 20th subscriber. I love you, bro. Thank you for watching my videos, and I hope you guys have a great night. I'm gonna make maybe 2 more videos, and I'm gonna take my ass to sleep because you can look at me and tell I'm freaking tired as hell. Look at my freaking face, bro. I don't look replenished or refreshed at all. I look so damn tired. The bags are crazy, goddamn. But I am getting older too, though. But I love you guys. Take care. Again, I'm not bashing the show, and if this is one of your favorite anime shows of all time, that is perfectly okay. We don't have to have the same damn. We don't have to agree on everything. Oh, I got a hot take for One Piece too, because boy, y'all be like reverse glazing One Piece. Y'all hate One Piece so much. That could be really like a 50-minute video. But I hope you guys are having a good night. Love you guys. Take care. And remember, if you need a friend, you guys can always hit me up on Instagram. I will talk to you guys about anime all the time. Eventually, I'll have a Patreon once I understand how to do it. If y'all know how to do Patreon, let me know how to do it because I do want to start a Patreon so I can get a little bit of bread so I can have a third source of income. But yeah, if you ever get bored, you can hit me up on Instagram. I'll hit you back. Again, no minors, 18 and up, okay? It is what it is, and don't send me no weird shit. I will block you if you send me some weird shit, because guys be sending weird shit. Like, they might send you, like, a video of a guy shitting and guys be sending weird shit. So if you're a guy, please don't send me no weird shit. If you're a woman and you want to talk to me, hey, bro, hey, I love me a goth chick. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I love you an alternative chick. You know, I love me a big titty goth chick. I don't even care what race you are. I just love big titty goth chicks. Y'all know I love me a thick ass black woman. You heard me? You know, I love them bigger because I'm a bigger nigga. You feel me? But I hope you guys have a good night. Love you guys. Take care. And I hope you enjoyed my little yap session at the end. Peace and blessings.